How to build wealth outside the stock market. Well, there are plenty of places to do that. I became a millionaire in real estate in 1999, and subsequently I've been a millionaire in 8 categories, and none of them are the stock market. So I'm a living, walking proof for over 20, almost 30 years of how to do this and not use the market to do it. Now, there are very few select that can use the market to do it, that do use the market to do it, but for the most part, I call the market and traditional financial planners and traditional houses the park and pray place, where they're going to take tons of fees, tons of commission. They make all their money putting your money into the market, and then you sit there and pray to God that something's going to happen to it. So I am not a super fan. And the only way that I'm in the market, I'm going to give you a gift straight out. Before I'm going to tell you what we're going to talk about, I'm going to give you a gift of iFlip. It's a software that has smart folios, takes you in and out of the market, and it pretty much designs a short of the market so you don't lose hardly anything. The worst thing you can do is just park your money with a traditional financial planner and pray to God in 20 years you're going to turn around, it's going to work. Because if you were in 2020, the market lost 30%. And what did your planner say? It's okay, you're in it for the long haul. And then what happened in 22? You lost another 20 to 30%, depending on how you were invested. And once again, it went down. Now, I'm not saying millionaires aren't made in the stock market. There's a plenty made in the stock market that are in for the long haul, and they do all of those strategies. But I am about a 3 to 5 year fast millionaire, so how do you get there? So I'm going to talk about your skills and talents, like what could you do to generate more income? Because you are your greatest asset. Now, the more knowledge you put in here, the right knowledge, which is beyond this channel, so let's just go for that right now. I want you to subscribe to the channel. I want you here 5 days a week. I want you consuming money and finance and business knowledge. Number 2, you have to learn to invest. You say, well, I don't want to learn to invest. I want to park my money and pray. Well, I'm going to give you a lot of reasons why that is a really, really bad idea. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is how you put this together into what I call corporate life, corporate structure, which is the massive use of corporations, the tax strategies of the United States, which is the greatest in the world, 81,000 pages of code, all held in trust, create generational wealth. So we have nailed the Rockefeller formula to a T and have been doing it for almost 25 years, making millionaires. So I probably made my first millionaires right in 1999 when I became one. I had a whole bunch of people follow along. They became millionaires. 2000, 2001, 2002, it just ramped up. Over 10,000 millionaires easily have been made in the work that I've been doing and the teams, because it is not just me. So let's begin with the first way you can ramp this up. So outside of the stock market, I believe in addition to a job, if you have a job, you should have your own entrepreneurial venture. That allows you to have a company, that allows you to have the tax strategies, and you need to put it all in a trust so you don't end up in probate. And that is earlier in your career than most think. Most people think this is something you do in your 40s and 50s when you get older. No, I think you do it when you're really young. My son's 24 and has put and executed almost all this in play. He's in the final stages now. He'll be getting his life insurance, finishing out the trust documents to have them just associated to him because he's now a legal adult and a CPA. So he can now have those portions of it. But turning this over is critical. So how do you use your own skills? Well, I can tell you as a farm girl from Nebraska, if you would have ever told me that as, somebody young, I would be a 6-time best-selling author and I'd have this huge YouTube channel and I'd have a podcast and I would be in The Secret and Dr. Phil's Money Expert, I would have said you're out of your mind. I was super shy, didn't like to talk to anybody. And then I joined this little club called 4-H and FFA, and they taught me how to debate. And boy, when I learned my mouth, boy, did I love it. And I never stopped talking since I learned to debate in high school and kept talking and talking. So my first topic was fitness, right? Because I was also an athlete. So I did what I knew how to do. I was a personal trainer and I did aerobics instruction. Did that for a lot of years. And I built fitness centers for Chevron on offshore oil rigs. So I got a lot of money for that. And then I knew I wanted finance. So I jumped ship and went to the Rich Dad Poor Dad team. I followed what I knew how to do, not what I love to do. I have fallen in love with what I love to do because I've become extremely effective. And it's not just me, it's 20 other financial experts that make this machine work for you and your family to be a 3 to 5 year millionaire. Use your skills and talents. There's something that you do. I have men that love to weld and they have become the greatest metal artists. I've actually bought art from them, like a beautiful lamp. I bought all sorts of cool like doors and gates and like just some cool other art that just goes on the outside of my house. So metal art's huge. Digital marketing is huge. Direct sales is huge. I'm in 7 different, sort of affiliate direct sales. I love CBD. I've loved it for years. I love a facial product. I love a wellness home. So I sell what I am in love with. But I did that later. The biggest mistake a lot of you are going to make on your wealth building journey in the skills and talents department is you have this other group of people who say, just do what you love and the money will come. Build it and they'll come buy it. It's a total lie. You build it, I guarantee they're not coming. This is about marketing. This is about sales. This is about debate. It's about how you have a conversation, and it's learning to have really, really smart, influential conversations. So use your skills and talents and put a price tag to it, and don't undercut the market and go cheap. Price at least at the market rate, if not price higher, and create some distinctions so you provide even more value. And parents, the faster you get your kids making money on their own, the better they're going to be. The second big part of this is not only how you make it, it's how you invest it. Not spend, invest. So start buying real estate earlier, buy businesses, buy into franchises, look around and say, what is it that people need? And the thing I want to talk about between these 2 categories of forming a company and doing something that your skills and talents are, and then investing, a lot of times they can go together. Meaning, if you are an interior designer, maybe you partner with the GC, and because you love decorating the inside of the house, but you need the GC to build the house. So now you have a real estate portfolio that's being built. You have assets in real estate. You still get to do the business. And on the other side of that, I've taken college kids who have pressure washing companies. They have hauling companies. Think of 1-800-GOT-JUNK. They bill and they price based on weight. It is the most lucrative business. You could lease a vehicle if you have good enough credit, or find a partner or somebody who can get you a truck, and find a bunch of muscular, student athletes or men, women who want to lift a bunch of stuff and box a bunch of stuff. But I can tell you, moving people's junk, hauling people's stuff, working with real estate partners and GCs, I don't know how many truckloads we've had to bring out of apartments, where we bought an apartment building and tons of crap was left behind. I mean, just from clothing to bedding to furniture that was broke. And we had all that stuff have to be hauled away. Super lucrative. So I have a woman in Seattle. She's beautiful, millionaire, and she owns a pest company. Do you think she likes bugs? No, she just knows that people will pay a lot of money to have bugs killed and not put in their property. So she dresses in stiletto heels and suits and sexy dresses. And yeah, she owns a pest company. Other very lucrative things, again, it's not the sexy stuff that's necessarily good. It's not about you and your ego. It's about who's buying this, like cleaning. Bob Proctor was probably my best mentor in that. He owned a commercial cleaning business. Was it sexy business? No, he's just cleaning commercial buildings, but he made millions. That's actually his first millionaire status, was owning and then selling a commercial cleaning business. So think outside the box, not about the things that are about what you love. What do people buy on a regular basis? And right now, I'd start thinking, what can live through any economic crisis, right? People are still going to pay for bugs to be killed. People are still going to pay to have stuff hauled away. People are still going to pay to have stuff painted. So think more trades, you'll be in business forever. Think digital, you'll be in business forever. So when you think about investing, back to that topic by itself, you need to think depreciation. So those are losses against your highest income. So everybody says real estate's the greatest asset outside of the stock market. I'm going to say it's gas and oil. Gas and oil is owning the working capital interest of a percent of a well. So you drive by the little wellhead that's pulling oil, water, and gas out of the ground. That is an 85 to 100% depreciation schedule against your highest income. So if you're an employee out there listening to this video and you're making 100, 200, 300, if you're making 48,000 or more as an employee, you've got a tax problem. So how do you take it down? Well, you have to have a company and you have to invest in depreciating assets. Gas and oil is number one. Real estate, aviation, mineral rights, water rights. There's a variety of depreciating assets that you want to put into your portfolio. So how you make and how you invest, which is what I have done outside of the stock market my entire career. And here's what I want to say about the alternatives. The healthiest and the wealthiest in the world live in the alternatives, meaning, right, if you're super healthy, you just don't go to a hospital, right, where there's sick care. You go to acupuncture, hyperbaric chambers. You use all sorts of alternatives to stay super healthy. Same with the wealthy, we use alternatives. So what I've created is so many alternative-made millionaires versus stock market millionaires. Those of you who love to trade, keep it up, good luck, but you're going to get up with the market and you're going to go to bed with the market every day. And it's not something I want to do, and I don't find a lot of people love to do it. If that's you, perfect. But if it's not, grow a company, invest in alternatives. Now, before I go into the final step and conversation I want to have with you, I want you to be here, subscribe to my channel, click the notification button, and actually listen to the videos. 5 days a week, I'm here for 5 to 20 minutes. And just make sure you share the videos. If something kind of inspires you, there's got to be one learning that you're going to get out of every video. If you haven't got my learning journal, go grab it. It's in the description below. While you're down there, I'm going to give you 3 chapters of my Millionaire Maker book, as well as 2 tickets to my Millionaire Intensive. I want to help you become a millionaire with or without the stock market, and you can do it. Make sure also, before, I've given you a link to iFlip, which is the software I use to go in and out of the markets, and you can start those accounts for you and your kids for very, very low deposits, as low as, $25, $50. The last thing is tax strategies. So the greatest tax code in the world is the United States. It's 81,000 pages of tax code. There's 4 corporate structures: LLCs, S Corps, C Corps, and limited partnerships, held in a trust. That combination of strategy of your go-forward plan, how you make money, how you invest money, and how you use the tax code to reduce your taxes is imperative. Most of you overpay taxes to the tune of $10, $20, $30, $50, $100,000. It's an invisible pain you're just used to. So I want to rip off the Band-Aid and expose the pain and say, $10,000 a month for 20 years, compounded at about 13 to 15%. You've just given the IRS $1 million that you could have put through a better structure. So some of you are just going on the cheap. I just had a client this morning, actually. I just onboarded them into our mentorship and our program, called our Big Table. And it was fascinating because they got into LegalZoom. They pushed the wrong buttons. They didn't have an EIN number. They didn't have an operating agreement. They didn't have anything necessary to open a bank account. And they wouldn't give them their money back, and they had spent over $1,000. So don't do this on your own. You don't know enough today. So the last gift I'm going to give you is go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask any question, make a request. If you'd like to talk to one of our people, just say, I want a one-on-one session on askloral.com. They're going to call you right away, give you a gap analysis, and say, where are you? What do you want? And let's get you there as fast as you can. I call that Freedom Day. We'll talk tomorrow.